Smack 'em a gob, everybody. Dennis Turny Jr., my man, my boy. Him and his lovely wife of 23 years, Melissa. He asked me to put the first Kiss album versus the first W.A.S.P album. Now, in order for them to fit, I had to put the version with Kissin' Time. Now, the Kiss, and I do this all the time. When I have to talk about the first Kiss album, I do this all the time, and rightfully so. There's a guy out there. His name is John Haynes. John Haynes, maybe you can't make it out there, but John Haynes got me the original press. I don't know if you can make it out, if you can, where would it be? I think around here, I don't know, but it's in here. No Kissin' Time. Side 2 starts with Deuce, as it should be. Thank you, John Haynes, for getting me the original press of my favorite Kiss studio album. That's right. It's my favorite Kiss studio album now. It used to be Rock and Roll Over, but no more. The first one. First one's the best. All right. So here we go. By the way, which album do I like more? Now, that's really tough. I might have to go with W.A.S.P. It's my favorite Kiss album. That's my favorite W.A.S.P album. And the difference between W.A.S.P and Kiss made great albums afterwards. Greater than W.A.S.P albums. But still, that one, I have to put it above the first Kiss album. It's just too good. All right, here we go. Strutter versus I Want to Be Somebody. I Want to Be Somebody. I'll never forget, when that album was new, I used to jam to it a lot. And my brother one time came pounding on the door while I was jamming to it, and he goes, "Hey, Ralph, you are somebody. Turn that shit off." Because I kept playing it over and over again. I'm giving it to that. Next, Nothing to Lose versus L.O.V.E. Man, maybe my favorite song off this album. I'm giving it to W.A.S.P. Love Machine. All right. Next, Firehouse versus Flame. By the way, Love Machine. It's L-O-V-E, ... It does. Is that an act? Like We Are Sexual Perverts? Is that the same thing? Does L-O-V-E mean anything? Leave it in the comments below. If you ask me, I think it stands for Larry, Oscar, Vivian, and Eileen. I think that's what it means. All right. Yeah, I'm getting into that. Next, Firehouse versus The Flame. Another one for W.A.S.P. W.A.S.P is wiping the floor with Kiss here, man. The Flame, I think it's a better tune. All right, next, Cold Gin versus B.A.D. All right, I love them both, but yeah. Stop messing around. You're giving this one a Kiss. Definitely Cold Gin takes that one. Fucking awesome. All right, next. Let Me Go Rock and Roll. No, not Let Me Go Rock and Roll. God damn it. It used to be Sunday Driver. I wrote it wrong here. Let me be your Sunday driver. Let me know. There you go. Let me know. Let Me Know versus School Days. I love School Days, but I'm giving it to Let Me Know. One of the rare times Let Me Know wins, because I've done this a lot, where Let Me Know loses, unrightfully so, because Let Me Know is such a badass song. Well, here it wins, and I love School Days. All right, so let's pick a random album. Now let's go not too far. Let's go right here. All right, this episode is being brought to you by Dennis Turny Jr. and Melissa. And, all right, this is Oasis, Heathen's Chemistry. All right, look, I'm a big fan of Oasis. Huge fan of Oasis. But their later albums are very spotty. They do have great songs on it, but mostly filler. And this is one of them. But you know what? This one contains my second favorite, all-time favorite Oasis song, Little by Little. Is my second favorite Oasis song of all time. Don't Look Back and Anger is my favorite. Heathen Chemistry. Yeah, it could have been better. But it's got some amazing songs on there. All right. Next. All right, Kissin' Time, which is not on this version that the great John got me. He rules. Kissin' Time versus Hellion. Come on. Hellion by far. Song rules. Alright, next. Deuce versus Sleeping in the Fire. This one hurts. This one really hurts. I'm giving it to Deuce. And I love Sleeping in the Fire so much, but I'm giving it to Deuce. Alright, next. Love Theme from Kiss versus On Your Knees You Shall Be. Of course, W.A.S.P. Easily W.A.S.P. First time I saw W.A.S.P. open for Quiet Riot, they opened up with that song and they just destroyed. Anyway, yeah, I'm giving that one to W.A.S.P. Alright, next. 100,000 Years versus Tormentor. You know, most times I do these, 100,000 Years has lost on a rare occasion, but Black Diamond never has. The last two songs usually win, but not here, because I put Tormentor over 100,000 Years. But the last song, Black Diamond versus Torture Never Stops, you have no idea how much I love Torture Never Stops. You probably say I don't like it because I'm putting Black Diamond over it. I think Black Diamond is a better song than the amazing Torture Never Stops. So Dennis, this is the final score. And there you go, W.A.S.P. won, you know. I like it better, man. What do you all think? Leave it in the comments below. And if you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And thank you so much, Dennis. You rule. And everybody out there, you all rule as well. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Like the video because it's good for the YouTube algorithms. And stay frosty. Listen to Kiss and W.A.S.P. and Schmack-a-Magaba.